This week we're going to tell you about the growth of the Embrey Mill Town Center in Stafford and a very innovative mural program that they have going on here at this commercial center. Before we start the episode, I want to recognize our sponsor, Shore United Bank. Shore will be there to help guide your financial journey every step of the way. Visit them downtown or at Harrison Crossing. And now, onto this week's episode. Today I'm at My Home Thai Bistro, which was one of the new businesses that has just opened at the Embrey Mill Town Center, where there's been tons of new businesses that have opened here in the last year or so in Stafford County. And I'm with Jake Fowler, who's with Development Manager with BM Smith, which is the developer of the Embrey Mill Town Center, and Gabe Pons, who has done a muralist, and we'll tell you more about Gabe's role in this project here in a bit. So Jake and Gabe, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, of course, it's our pleasure.
Bill.
Yeah, so Jake, why don't we start with you representing the developer. Just tell us generally about the Embrey Mill Town Center and what you've been able to accomplish here.
Yeah, sure. We've owned the land since the mid-'80s. We've taken the opportunity to provide the community with a center that's not something you see every day. We wanted to be very intentional about the design, the tenants that came in, and maintaining a sense of what this community has been and will be in the future. It's always been part of the rural Virginia. We wanted to maintain that with our aesthetic and the feel, and wanted to provide an elevated center that's not just a classic drive-by, something you're going to want to stop.
Yeah, and you're right, and just to orient people a little further, you're right next to the large Embrey Mill residential project, and then the Jeff Rouse Center.
Sure.
But it's really impressive what's been accomplished, in my opinion. There's a big mix of tenants in here between Mary Washington Healthcare and all the restaurants and Publix, and it's definitely one of the bigger new developments that I've seen in this market in a while. So what do you think speaks to the recent success of the project?
I think part of it is the community needed something that was going to be a little more standout and a little more curated. We took the opportunity to be, we're right here on 95 and Courthouse, a major intersection for the community, not far from the main Mary Washington campus, so the substation makes sense, right? Provide some of their in-service, opportunities, the quick service medicine, the physical therapy. Provide a space for that that's not going to make you go all the way into town. And then sort of designing around this community what we thought ahead of what would we need, right? With the communities that are growing around this, the athletic center that's nearby, making sure we could provide for not only the people that live here now, but also come in regularly. This becomes more of a destination.
And you mentioned some of the unique architecture of the development. One of the other unique things about the project is, if people walk around and notice, is all the murals that you have here.
Absolutely.
Gabe, we had on the podcast a little while ago, owns the pawn shop downtown with his wife Scarlett, and has done a lot of murals around town. So I guess I'll start the question with you, Jake. Why was it important to the developer to invest in the handful of murals and more to come that you see here at the Embrey Mill Town Center?
One of the things we wanted to focus on were entry moments. This is a center where people come a few times a day, right? So we wanted to draw the eye in and make everyone feel comfortable that no part of the center is the back of the center or the front of the center, right? So creating art that draws the eye, that makes it feel comfortable to be here, that focuses on community and the region around us is something we wanted to do. And we went to Gabe for most of that because what he brings to this scene.
So Gabe, talk a little bit about the different murals that you've done here, and I guess in what's to come as well.
Sure. Well, yeah, it's been a great partnership, and I think the first mural that I did here was 2 years ago. And like Jake mentioned, they're kind of strategically placed on these kind of gateway moments in the shopping center, so that basically it's not any other kind of retail kind of outlet, so to speak. There's placemaking, there's kind of a landmark. My involvement was basically making sure that the artwork was done to the best of its ability, but also kind of adding, I think if you notice with the murals, there's a lot of kind of local flavor to them in terms of whether it's referencing the Rappahannock River and the train bridge, or simply the dogwood blossoms, which is kind of native to this part of Virginia. So I think my involvement, if anything, is making sure that the the murals complement the architecture and also kind of enhance kind of the people experience. We've had many, as I was working on especially these two murals this summer, it was really nice to have people come by and say like, thanks for making our work area a lot nicer. Thanks for making the restaurant, a lot more pleasant to be around. So that's exciting too.
And there's more to come, right? You're getting ready to start one at the Primrose School.
Yeah. Right now I'm in the kind of the final phases of working out the design for the Primrose School, which is like a pre-K daycare area just right by the Publix. And that's really exciting because once again, it's right on that kind of entry kind of corridor to the area. So I'm looking forward to kind of bringing some beauty to that as well.
Absolutely. And then Jake, is just last question as far as what's to come. You were saying that it's pretty close to built out, pretty close to leased out, the first or the second phase, the first couple phases, but there's some additional plans. So what else is planned here going, looking forward for the Embrey Mill Town Center?
Yeah, so we're very excited for the end of the year. We're going to have a bunch of more tenants open, which is really exciting. We've opened all of Building 5, which is what we're sitting in now with My Home Thai and an oral surgeon and a dentist. But we have the Shaw's Halal Food opening shortly. We have Meza opening. We have Lido's coming in. El Jimador, a Mexican restaurant, should be open in the end of this year or Q1 of next year. A nail salon. We'll be at 99% tenanted at that point. We have 2 more spaces that are available for lease. We're speaking to people about that. We're hoping to get those wrapped up shortly to be fully tenanted and operating in the first quarter of next year. With future progress, obviously this is technically phase 2, the main strip center, but we have phase 3 going on the north side. We're talking to home builders at the moment. There's going to be a 55 plus townhome community that, again, like we've talked about through this whole thing, is the intentionality. We're working with the design builders to be really focus our design to make it feel like it's been part of the community, right? We don't want to have that big monolithic, community that sort of could be anywhere. We want it to be here in Stafford. We've done the making sure that we're pointing out that we're here in Virginia, in Central Virginia, like a major corridors with the murals, with the design of the architecture, right? This is a community that's always been here, not something we're new and developing now.
Well, Jake and Gabe, congratulations on what's happened here. It's really impressive. So if people haven't come up to the Embrey Mill Town Center recently, come check it out. Great new restaurants and awesome murals and architecture, and I look forward to seeing what's to come. So I appreciate y'all taking a minute to join us today and tell us a little bit about what you've done here.
Absolutely,
Great,
it's our
thanks,
pleasure.
Bill.
Yeah,
Thank you.
All right, so that's going to do it for this week's edition. We appreciate you watching. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and our newsletter, and we'll keep you up to date on things happening business-wise here in the Fredericksburg region. See you next week. And thanks again to our sponsor, Shore United Bank.